From Vulcano Lanin, we went directly to the provincial park Aconcagua, where we found a beautiful waterfall. We went swimming in a natural pool above the fall and then decided to stay for the night. The night sky was amazing, and we went up before sunrise to take some long exposure shots of the falls, and a few hours later we were back on the piste to continue our journey north. A short break for coffee and some fruit in the small hamlet of Tranquil Norte on our way to the north. Very hot day, not many people around here. We have another amazing wild camping spot here on a river, not too far from the Ruta 40. Just unbelievable, very quiet, tranquil. We are just on our own here, nobody around, even in the distance. And we are here on this little river which is flowing through. The sun is just going down. Just a fantastic spot. It's just amazing. We will stay here for the night, have a campfire, some nice wine, and enjoy the evening. The next morning, or this morning, we got some visitors here, but unfortunately these guys only have a two-wheel drive and they went into the deep sand and got stuck immediately and just after a little drop in the surface. So it's really tricky. We are helping them with our Maxtrax to get out of there. So we tried to rescue the two Argentinian people with Maxtrax, but it was really not possible because it was going up the hill backwards and they only have two-wheel drive. It just didn't work after I think 1 hour, 1.5 hours of work. So what we will now do is we will use our winch to first winch them out of the location so that we can pass and go up the hill, and then we drag them up, hopefully with a cord to get them up the hill, and from there they should be safe again. A lot of work in the morning sun here, but okay, let's see where this leads to. Okay. And after a lot of hard work, all together we were able to drag them out by reverse and up the hill, and now they're in secure areas again, and we can continue our journey. It was a hell of a lot of work, but together we managed it. We continued our travel on the Ruta 40 to Malargüe, where we stayed on a campground for a night, and then went on the next morning to visit Valle Hermoso, which is at around 2,500 meters above sea level. Initially, the road to this beautiful valley was in pristine condition, but then it changed to a piste. However, it was not difficult to drive. Only at the end there were some deep washouts, but all manageable. Again, we found a really nice wild camping spot where we spent the night, and the next morning we drove back to Malargüe for some housekeeping. With all the off-road travel over the last few weeks, our car now looks really dirty. So it's time to give it a wash here at the Auto Lavada and the self-cleaning. So we will get into it and get a bit wet ourselves, which is not bad at this hot weather. With a nice clean car, we were back on the road. We stayed for 2 nights at a really nice winery in the Uco Valley and then tackled the Ruta 52, also called the Road of 365 Curves, which leads from Mendoza to Uspallata. It was quite a spectacular drive on a steep, narrow piste. After every curve, we enjoyed marvelous vistas down the valley. This time, it took us a while to find a nice camping spot as we reached a high plateau and the piste went mostly through a dry riverbed. And as it is never a good idea to camp in a riverbed, we had to search for some time. In the end, we found a nice spot with a great view, and after dinner we enjoyed a beautiful sunset, which compensated us for the strong wind. The camp spot was about 10 kilometers from Uspallata and very quiet at night. The next morning we would take a hike and see the Aconcagua, with 6,961 meters, the highest mountain outside Asia. It was a long drive on secondary roads to the Gualasto and the Talampaya parks, which are both UNESCO World Heritage Sites. Both are close together and are definitely worth a visit. After a very impressive day at the Talampaya National Park, we drove another 150 kilometers, something like this, to set up camp in this little valley here near the Ruta 78. It's quite an idyllic place in a way. On the other hand, we first had to clean out some trash which other people left behind and make the place livable. But at the end of the day, it's nice and quiet, some trees around, and we will have some campfire tonight, I'm sure. At the moment we are here in the small village of Fiambala in the north of Argentina, and today we want to do a tour to the Balcón de Pisis, which is more than 4,000 meters high and which offers a fantastic view of the Mount Pisis and the area around there, and there are also some nice lagoons around there, so we want to explore that and then find a camp spot somewhere in the area, not as high as 4,500 meters because we are not really acclimatized yet to that height, but maybe go down to 3,000 or something like this and find camp. So let's have a nice breakfast and then go on to the journey. So we are now on that dirt road to the Balcón de Pisis. The first roughly 100 kilometers we drove on the Ruta 60, the Adobe route, which was very comfortable, very nice road, beautiful landscape in between. And now we are on a gravel road which is reasonably well maintained. We are driving towards really beautifully colored mountains and step by step gaining height. sealed road. We were at about 3,300 meters, and now step by step we're getting a bit higher. So we'll see how this goes, and then we will report back a little bit later again. Now we have reached a new height level. We had 4,500 meters. I think this will be close to the highest point of this route. We are already feeling a little bit the height, but not too much. But it shows that we should actually indeed go down and have our camp somewhere at 3,000 meters or something like this. Here on nearly 4,500 meters, we are facing this unbelievable landscape. Really, it's close to being unreal, and both of us had for the first time in our lives tears in our eyes when we saw the beauty of this landscape. It's just out of a different world. And I'm sure the video will only capture part of it, but it is fantastic. A mind-boggling day came to an end, and we started our long journey back to find a nice camp spot for the night.